Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. One of the topics that our 60andMe community asked me to talk about all the time is friendship. How to make friends after 50. It's hard. Your friendships as you are growing up are contextual. You've got friends in school, you've got friends in your workplace, friends that you make in your social situations, but then things shift and your children leave home, you've got your empty nester, and you've just got a different world that you're dealing with now. You are the friends that you were there by your side are just moved away or maybe even passed away, and this can be such a hard time. Now, one of the reasons I think a lot of women over 60 have trouble with friendships is that they are many times very naturally shy. And it's funny that people always think that I'm quite an extrovert, but I'm actually very introverted myself. And I'm very comfortable. I can switch on, and when I'm in a social situation. But part of me is actually very, very quiet and shy. And I don't know if I could do some of the things that that young people do today, to go into a party or go to a bar or wherever and just kind of meet new people. It just isn't my style. Maybe it's not yours. But if you are what you would consider naturally shy, it's just your natural inclination. I think we could learn a lot from kids and learn a lot from people that are really committed to making friends. Now, my grandson Max is 7, and his passion right now, his only passion, is making friends. Now and this is normal, isn't it? When you're 7, 8 years old, you just want to have little buddies and friends, and that's kind of your life. But I remember once recently I was with him, and there was a group of kids playing, and he just went up to them and said, "Hello, can I be your friend?" And they just, yeah, come on. And they were up on a trampoline or something. And it was just so beautiful to see that kind of, and Max is not a naturally outgoing, like he's not like aggressively outgoing. He just needs some friends, and he knows he has to ask. And if you ask, can I join you? Or, let's get together. I'd really like to get to know you better. There's things we can say and do in a social situation to sort of pull a friendship out of it. So there's going to be rejection. And there's going to be tears. We've already had a couple of those, and it's like heartbreaking. But that if you're going to gain from asking someone to be a friend or trying to reach out to someone you like or admire, you possibly are going to get rejected. And so in our lives, of course, we've had lots of friend shifts, with relocations and people, moving away, friendships that we valued so much that are hard to duplicate. I mean, do you have any friends from your childhood? I mean, I think I have like maybe one person from my child, or two people from my under 16 age. And then I have several that are, friends from that middle work period that I've stayed really close to, and travel friends. But no, I don't have a ton of friends from the past because they've moved on. And as much as you think you're going to stay in touch and, whatever, you've got to find new friends. You've got to find new engagements, partly because they're physically there, and also because you've changed. And some of the things that held you together as a friend when your kids were young or whatever, or in the workplace, just are not you anymore. They're not the same person. And because our social networks, our work networks shrink as we get older, we have to deal with just feeling a little bit inhibited as we have to go back out into the world and find friends. Find new people. And this fear of rejection is a big part of it. This fear of that we're not perfect, that we don't have enough to offer, that we're flawed in some way, that we're not interesting enough, we're not intelligent enough. It's so easy to sort of dive into these excuses. They're not excuses in the sense that they're real to you. They're self-perceived. I mean, they're your interpretation of yourself, but they are real for you. And that's, the place I think to start is to start with liking yourself. If you don't like yourself and you don't love yourself, then how can you really put together a plan or a strategy for, presenting yourself to someone else if you don't think that you're a good person, or that you're smart enough, or beautiful enough, or whatever, clever enough, rich enough. You go down the whole list of things that, you're not good enough. Start there. And the thing about friendship, I think, even if you're shy, is if you know who you are and you know what your passions are, you know what you like, you then are confident. You don't have to like everything. You don't have to be like, a Renaissance person where you just know a bit about everything. You just need to know the few things that you love to do. And when people ask me sometimes, what should I do? Where can I meet friends? There's only one answer to that, and it's to go where you love to go. If you love books, go to bookstores. If you love dancing, go to dances. If you love reading, join a book club. It's not like you have to adapt yourself to meet someone else's expectations. You just have to like yourself enough to know, this is the thing I love to do. This is my love in life. And I'm going to go there and I'm going to meet people just by default who are interested in it too. And if you're interested in learning, go to take a class. If you're interested in knitting, go to a knitting class. You get what I'm saying. So even if you're shy and you feel kind of, embarrassed, but could be embarrassed, but it's kind of like you're nervous around being with strangers. If you know that the baseline is that you like to do the thing that you're both there to do, it's okay. And it's okay to be vulnerable too. I think this is a really, really important point. I saw a video on this and I really liked it. She said, when you go to if you're still working, or if you're still going to business meetings or meetings of something you're interested in, conventions, that kind of thing, there's nothing wrong with going up to someone and saying, "Oh, I'm really nervous." Why not? Because somehow being vulnerable and being honest warms you to people, and even if you are feeling like I'm not looking good, my makeup doesn't look good, my clothes are not like everybody else's, whatever you're constructing to sort of, feel uncomfortable, just saying, I'm kind of nervous, it just warms people to you, I think, don't you? I just think it does. So I guess the first thing is to love yourself. The second thing is to take some risks and get out there where you know you're going to be with like-minded people. But the other thing is, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. If you're overthinking it, you're getting into a zone where you're going to be feeling insecure and even more, inhibited. Because and the thing that I think you've got to remember is that everybody's dealing with their own things. That person that you're talking to may look beautiful, the whole thing. They look like they're so confident. They may have, in their own minds, you don't see it, but in their own minds, they may see a vulnerability that makes them feel weak and vulnerable. It's very, very interesting. And if you go to an event, by the way, one of the good things to do is get prepared. Know who's going to be there, kind of get educated about if it's a convention or a gathering of some kind. Just know what the topic is and have a little bit of something to say maybe about that topic, if it's a convention or a meeting or a workshop on something. It's obviously got to be something you are interested in. You may not be good at it, but you might be interested in it. And maybe even use social media as a stepping stone. I have had a really good experience on Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook person. Personally, I don't post that much, but I did join an expat group here in my area. And it was on Facebook, was it Expat Women? I think it might have been Expat Women in my town. And I went online and I said hi, then introduced myself, and I got 10 replies. People just saying, hi, welcome, and I live in Basel, and if you're ever in Basel, come visit. I also like taking pictures of doors, and I put in my little comment, things that I like to do. I like to travel, I love trains, I love doors, I love, good food, whatever. I got a reply from one woman, and she and I immediately hit it off. We had so much buzz together that we actually met. And we met in a place that we both like medieval towns and wandering around like old cities and towns. And we had the most amazing time. And she's turned into in 3 months, she's turned into a friend. A good friend, somebody that I can confide in, someone that I can talk to. She asks the best questions. I ask good questions and she gives the best answers, and we just get stimulated by something that just connects us. And as I said, I'm not a kind of person that's going to go to a dance or go to a big party. I'm kind of a let's meet at the bookstore kind of person. And so if you're shy like me, then you can go ahead and be gentle with yourself. Look for people, use social media. Why not? So what's your experience with shyness? Would you consider yourself naturally shy? Do you know where that started, or do you think you've always been like that? Some people have always been a little introverted. I think I'm the middle of introvert and extrovert. I think is it ambivert? Anyway, but I do like people, so I'm not nervous around people, but I do prefer friendships one-on-one, and that's kind of my style. So what about you? Are you a shy person? How are you doing with friendships in your 60s? If you've got any tips and tricks I've missed, please leave them in the comments section below, because I'm sure there's so many women waiting for some suggestions and some help and some advice. So yeah, but take care of yourself. Have a really wonderful day wherever you are. Go out and make a friend. Go online. Go find a Facebook group on a topic that is kind of interest to you, and see what what it can do for you. I think that'd be really cool. And let me know how you get on. Okay, everybody, have a super day. Take good care.